Hello and welcome back. It's great to see all of you guys. We are here and we're going to be talking about Prodigy way back in the day. Prodigy just had its birthday, and Prodigy Education had a quite hilarious post on X. Very interesting, I guess I should probably say interesting post. It says, "Happy 13th birthday to us. Our co-CEOs pitched Prodigy on Dragon's Den 12 years ago. No offer, but our journey continued. Nearly 1 million teachers use Prodigy annually. 25% of U.S. 1st to 8th graders learn with Prodigy. 97% of kids play for free, which means that the memberships that are active are extremely important for Prodigy. So if you are a member, that is awesome. If you're not, that is great too. Cheers to many more years." There is pictures of Prodigy here, the co-founders, Alex Peters and Rohan Mahimker, here on Dragon's Den. Now, if you don't know what Dragon's Den is, it's sort of like Shark Tank for the BBC. And so Kevin O'Leary, a couple of other people, I believe, share both of the stages, and very interesting to see. They were actually rejected from that. They weren't able to get an offer, but it's an extremely successful educational company. Really fascinating to watch the views of Kevin O'Leary and some of the other people towards educational gaming, and just to see what has happened with educational gaming now. It's quite amazing. So be sure to watch this video. At the end of this video of the episode, be sure to go ahead and take a peek at the interview with Rohan and see that is very interesting to know just a little bit more about the history and how difficult it was for Prodigy Education to get its foothold in the wee early days. Plus, you'll be able to get to see some of the old graphics. We are going to be talking about that in a video coming up sometime soon as well. I hope you enjoy this. It was fun hunting down, fun finding, and pretty neat. It's a pretty neat video. Nice classic. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, and we will be back here with more content. We'll be talking about some of the older images, some of the older monsters as well. I really hope that Prodigy makes that available so that we are able to experience that in an old Prodigy format as well. It's so cool that we are able to go ahead and play the older styles of the game. So few gaming companies are attached to their older styles. Most of the time it just disappears and fades from the earth. So hopefully we are able to go ahead and enjoy this, see this, and have fun with it. But yeah, I hope you do enjoy this episode of Dragon's Den, and then also be sure to watch the interview after. Take care. Bye-bye, y'all.
Next, engineering students hoping to get the Dragons emotionally invested in their new educational video game.
Dragons. Hi, my name is Rohan Mahimker from Mississauga, Ontario. This is my partner, Alex Peters from St. Catharines, Ontario, and we're here from SMARTeacher. We are asking for $120,000 in exchange for 12% equity in our company. Now, as fourth-year undergraduate engineering students at the University of Waterloo, Alex and I had set out to address a huge need in the educational market. I'm sure at some point in our lives, we've all taught or tutored someone. So you would know that when teaching children, you would not only respond to their performance, if they're getting things right or wrong, but also their emotions, if they're bored, frustrated, or engaged. And adjust and calibrate your teaching style accordingly, right? And while this sort of emotional calibration is so intuitive to us as humans, this is completely ignored in current software products. SMARTeacher addresses this void by providing the only online educational game that can actually monitor and respond to a child's emotions. How do we do this?
hit him with an electric prod, right? You're falling asleep, so bar, like that.
We don't use shock therapy.
Okay.
Yeah, parents frown on it.
Actually, we have a wristband which monitors their emotions as they play our game.
Bruce, we'd like you to come down and try the game so we can show you how it works.
SMARTeacher is an online computer game that helps teach math to kids age 6 to 10.
So I'm actually going to hook you up with this.
It comes with an electronic wristband that tracks the child's emotions using lie detector technology.
Is he nervous? Can you sense already that he's a little bit upset?
I'm ready.
That emotional feedback helps customize the game for every player.
So what do you say, Bruce? Do you want to fight Kevin in a good old-fashioned wizard battle?
Absolutely. Bring it on.
All right, so Bruce, this is your character on the left-hand side.
Look at you, Bruce.
Yeah.
Kevin, your character's on the right.
That's a good-looking warrior.
So you're gonna have to answer multiplication questions.
I'm ready.
Why don't we start with the first question?
144 by 35.
Holy man, are you kidding me? I got no chance on that.
All right, I know it's a little bit difficult.
I'm getting uptight now. Okay, that would be
It's around 5,000.
5,400.
Incorrect. You didn't answer your question correctly, so you won't perform your spell.
Okay.
Now, Bruce, when you saw that question, what was going through your mind?
That it wasn't a 6 to 10-year-old question. That's my first thing.
So now what's happening is when you look at that and you realize you don't know the answer, your body's going to automatically start to respond. You'll start to perspire a little bit, and the wristband's going to pick that up.
I wanted to go home.
So now it's going to tell the game, Bruce is frustrated. I think we need to make the questions a little bit easier.
5 times 4 is right up my alley. 20. Feeling good about myself. Esteem up.
Awesome, not bad.
Hey, boys.
He's melting.
But now the game's going to make it a little bit harder because we don't want the child to have questions that are too easy.
Right.
Because then they get bored and disengage anyway.
I won. I beat Kevin.
Yeah. So now,
That's all
Well,
that
that's
counts.
not based in reality, that's
all
for
that
sure.
counts.
thanks.
So the programs that actually change as you get answers right or wrong are different than what this is. This is actually understanding how you react so that it makes you learn at a different rate, correct?
Exactly. We can actually automatically interject and offer help content if we
Have
censor.
you sold any of these?
We have not as yet. We're currently beta testing with
So
around
you're
150
pre-revenue.
kids. Exactly.
Okay.
Rohan, think about this. It's a $1 million valuation, and you haven't sold any. It's crazy.
During our beta testing, we were testing with around 150 kids.
Right.
And over 75% of the kids actually played this at home on a voluntary basis. We had
Yeah, because that age of child actually finds a lot of reward in terms of being able to use their minds from a mathematical perspective. Not all of them, but a lot of kids really find that rewarding. This is the first time, frankly, I've seen a game at this stage on this show that I actually think does have some merit.
Thank you.
Could you tell us what you're going to sell it for?
Sure. We're planning on selling monthly subscriptions to parents for $30.
Are you out of your mind?
Well,
Can you give me one single educational model, because I know them all, that's $30 a month to the consumer's
Don't
parent?
know them all.
I know everything about the educational
What
software
don't you
market.
know?
Everything.
Yeah.
There is no $30 a month model. I know everything.
well,
And look, you are joining a market that's so competitive, grown men are weeping in it. For that reason, I'm out.
we have spoken to a potential distributor in India. His family directly owns around 60 private schools there, and they're willing to put this into them.
Oh my God, I really like it. I mean, Bruce, this feels like it should be right up your...
No, it is.
What if we split it?
Yeah.
But it would have to be for 50% because your valuation's insane.
Well, that's where I would be going. I mean, you're really early for $1 million valuation. So, I mean, I'm interested.
I mean, honestly, I'm doing this just as much for an emotional reason because my dad invented the first self-paced software system out there, and he was an educator. So this is he would love this. He would,
Awesome.
hear him saying to me, this is...
Well, I haven't heard from Chili yet.
Yeah, I'm going to go in.
Jim, what are you up to?
I'd offer you 50% for the 120.
So the offer on your table is $120,000 for 50% with the 4 of us in.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Give us a minute.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
I'd rather stick needles in my eyes than invest in educational software. It sucks. The market's brutal.
I think it's changed a lot, Kevin, since the days of Mattel.
No, it's all online and it's free.
No, it's not all online and free. It's not.
They basically offered us 120 for 50. Yeah, it's way too low.
Well, the other option, guys, is up the money to get something that's more palatable.
I want to test with some kids.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I think that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
Let's do that.
Good
Thanks.
luck, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Go ahead. Thanks.
What we've decided is we really appreciate your offer, but we would like to extend you a new offer, which would be $200,000 for 30% of the company.
There's absolutely no way I would give you a quarter of $200,000 for 30%. It's not worth it yet. It's just not.
Yeah, on that valuation, I'd be out.
Yeah, I'm with Arlene. I think the valuation is too rich, so I'm out.
This is more than a full-time job for Alex and I right now. We put everything into this.
I can see that. But I look at 30%. I can't make that work. I'm sorry. I'm out.
I think those blue shirts are going to be blood red after the market takes over on you guys. You have no idea what you're going to get into. Because after all, this was math software, and you made a huge math mistake. You got offered some real cash, and you have no sales. You have dreams.
Thanks.
What a shame.
Hi everyone, my name is Chris, and today we're going to be speaking with Rohan Mahimker of SMARTeacher, one of the co-founders, and he's going to share a little bit more about his Dragon's Den experience.
Hey Chris, great to meet you.
Thanks a lot for coming in today. Really appreciate your time. I was hoping you could share more about your experience on Dragon's Den.
Yeah, of course. So leading up to the show, this was super exciting for us because we got a call from CDC about 72 hours before our actual pitch on the show. And they said, hey, we'd like you to be here at 5:45 a.m. on Sunday morning. And we had to scrape together our entire pitch, presentation, everything in those 72 hours before the show.
Do you mind just sharing more about what happened when you actually got into the den?
So on the den, we went in there and it was a little bit intimidating at first and leading up to the den. But once we were in there, we were completely fine. We're talking naturally. And it's funny because Kevin O'Leary kind of tries to stare you down with this classic Kevin O'Leary glance. And he really only said maybe 4 or 5 things during the show. And those happened to be the things that got onto TV, but he's really not that much of an intimidating guy. Arlene came to our defense quite a bit, and she loved our product and what we were doing. Something that they actually cut out of the show is Jim Treliving seriously considered our counteroffer. We're talking back and forth for about 5 or 10 minutes. They're all impressed with the young entrepreneur angle and that we were able to respond confidently to all of their questions.
Sounds like a great experience. What's happened with SMARTeacher since you were on the show?
So we have grown quite a bit. I believe we were at 4 people when we went in and filmed. We have 12 people with us right now. This is about 5 months before the actual episode was aired. So at that time, we didn't have any customers or we hadn't launched our product at all. And that's something that they really grilled us on. And Kevin's comment about your blue shirts being blood red. I mean, obviously we're still here and we're doing very well. We have a few thousand customers now. We have schools around the area who are just loving our product. In fact, I got an email from a teacher a little while ago saying that a lot of our colleagues were laughing because they made this game available before school for a day. And a lot of the kids who were never on time, who were late for attendance, came in before 8:30 and actually dragged their parents out of bed and to drop them off early to school for the opportunity to play our game. And that's really what makes it worthwhile for us.
Looking back on your experiences, would you have done anything differently? Would you have made any decisions differently?
I think it actually went pretty well, and I'm pretty pleased with the outcome because since that time, we've been able to raise over 150 grand in just government grants, and that's free money at no equity, in addition to a friends and family equity round at a much higher valuation than what we got on the den. So I wouldn't have done anything differently. I think we're just in the stage where we're about to grow our company quite aggressively, and I'm looking forward to that.
Perfect. So with regards to the organization, the SMARTeacher, looking forward for the next 3 years, where do you see the company going?
Sure. So we really want to take this game worldwide. And I think that the math component of this game alone can add a ton of value even outside of North America. So we've already got customers in Canada, in the United States, in places like Hawaii, Florida, California. In 3 years, we'd really want to take it globally. I think this could be a huge opportunity in India, in places like China and Japan and South Korea, where they put such a core value on education. And they have a disproportionately large private tutoring market there as well, which is what we're looking to get into.
So there's lots of opportunities, lots of global opportunities then.
Absolutely.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. Just my final question of the day. I was just wondering if you could share a little bit more about your free version, which I noticed on your website.
Sure. So something that we got a lot of kickback on from the Dragons was the whole pricing issue and $30 a month. So what we've done to counteract this is, for both schools and educators and parents, we have made a free version of the game available. So in the education version, teachers can take this and use it as much as they want in their classrooms for free. And in the parent version, parents can play for a certain amount of time at home, and there are certain game limitations on the kids, but they still get a lot of the education content. So I think this really adds value to both teachers and parents, and they can get the base product for free and then choose to upgrade to a premium version if they want their kids to extend their learning and play for longer.
Sounds fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Rohan Mahimker of SMARTeacher. We wish them all the best of luck in their future endeavors. Thank you very much.